Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and this is going to be a look at a new knife that I've been carrying lately. But first I want to talk about the two knives that you see in front of you here. First one on the right here is the Crkt Graphite 2. This is a Glenn Klecker design, and what I really love about this knife is just the look and feel of it. The contrast between the blue and the silver is really nice, and it's very lightweight, which makes it really easy to carry, especially if you're going to be carrying it all day. The second one is the Crkt Graphite, and this knife and both knives have actually already been reviewed on the channel. As you guys can see, this is also a Glenn Klecker design, so obviously there's a little bit of a theme going on here. This particular one has these G10 added on the sides right here, which gives it a little bit more weight and width to the handle, so it fits really nice in the hand. And obviously, as you guys can see, it's a little bit different of a blade shape. So I'll go ahead and move these two out of the way and show you what I've been carrying lately. And this is it right here. This is another knife by Glenn Klecker, but this particular knife is not branded for any particular company. This is actually directly from Glenn Klecker, and this is the Klecker Cordovan. I'll go ahead and open the box so you guys can see the knife. And here it is. As you guys can see, at first glance, this is a really elegant looking knife. I really love the materials that he used for this particular handle. The steel is 2CR13 stainless steel, and then it has G10, brown G10 inserts. And what's really cool is the G10 inserts actually look a little bit like wood, so that gives it a really nice contrast between the steel and the wood looking G10. To add a little bit more contrast to that, he actually used high polished brass for the pivot screw, the pins, and then the thumb rest right here to release the lock. So all in all the materials and the colors play really well off of each other, and especially all the little extra details that he added onto the handle itself. On the other side, you have a high polish deep right pocket clip. And the clip is actually reversible, tip up or tip down, right-handed carry. And then on the back, you have a pretty sizable lanyard hole. And I would say if you're going to add a lanyard to this knife, I would definitely go with something decorative to kind of stick with the really elegant look of the knife itself. The blade is deployed via the flipper over here, and the flipper is actually very thick, which is nice, so your thumb or your finger actually finds it pretty easy. And then it has this upswept design to it, so it grabs onto your finger as you go to flip it. You do have to use a little bit of wrist action to get the blade out, and once you do, this really nice blade comes out. Blade length on this is 3.63 inches, and the material on this is 12C27 stainless steel. It is a plain edge blade, and it's drop point. It has a really nice belly to it. I don't have a lot of experience with this particular steel, but from using the knife itself, I can tell you that it takes a really nice edge, and it's really easy to sharpen, which is definitely a plus. Now, this is the Cordovan. He does make a Cordovan Light, which is a smaller version. The knife looks exactly the same. It's just a little bit smaller. A couple of extra features on the knife. The flipper actually comes down and becomes a finger guard right here. No jimping on the top, but I can tell you with the size of the blade and the overall size of the knife, I didn't find that it was necessary. Again, because of the look of the knife itself, I would probably not consider this a heavy use knife, even though you could, because the blade locks up really nice. But I would say definitely more of a gentleman's knife, an EDC knife, perfect for those two categories. Overall length on this is 8.56 inches, and the weight on this is 5.8 ounces. So it is a little bit on the heavier side, but again, it's because of all the stainless steel and the different materials that he used for the handle. Obviously, the locking mechanism is the Klecker lock, which he has patented, and as you saw on the other two models, it's very similar locking mechanism. The main difference is this one comes halfway down the handle versus the other ones come down all the way. You do have that polished brass insert right there, which your thumbs finds really easily to depress the lock, and then go ahead and lock the blade inside. Really strong detent, so the blade is not going to come out unless you really want it to. And again, just give it a nice flick and it comes right out. So I wanted to show you guys, by way of comparison, the three knives. So here it is. So as you guys can see it, the Cordovan is a little bit on the larger side, but like I mentioned before, you do have the option of going with a smaller version, which is the Cordovan Light. I can definitely tell you that Glenn Klecker has actually become, or has quickly become, one of my favorite knife designers. I really love the look of the knives. You can definitely tell that he puts a lot of thought into what the knife is going to look overall. And they perform really, really nice. And each knife has a little bit more different features. You know, the Crkt 2 is a little bit lighter, so it's easy to carry in slacks and things like that. The Graphite is it's going to be more of a workhorse knife, I would say. And then the Cordovan is going to fit right there in the middle between the two. Obviously a little bit heavier because of the materials that are used, and you know, just not, it doesn't have as much of the skeletonized look as the other two, but in the hand it fits really, really nice. It's very comfortable. Like I said, I've been using it for the past couple weeks, and it has quickly become one of my favorite knives. You have the logo on one end, on one side of the blade, and then on the other you have right there it says Klecker Knives, and then the model number is the NT-03, and that's the model number for the Cordovan. So there it is. This is the Cordovan by Glenn Klecker, and let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.